What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel, Poor Man's Guide to Building a Food Truck. Today we're going to be going through installing this sliding glass window. Let's see how we did it. Alright guys, so before we get into this one, go ahead and subscribe to the channel right below, along with the bing ding notification button, so that way you never miss any of the videos that I put up. As you already know, they're sporadic. It's whenever I get the cash for the trailer. So but I want to say thank you guys so much for the support recently. We hit a milestone of 100 followers about a week ago, and it's just growing and growing. So clearly there's a few people, other people out there that are in my situation that maybe have the dream but maybe don't have all the funds in the world to be able to get it done. So thank you. And like I just mentioned, guys, this video today is going to be about installing the sliding glass window, which is required per Florida Health Department to operate a food truck. So specifically, what I was told by my health department was you have to be able to seal off the outside whilst in operation. So you can still operate with the windows fully open and everything, but one of the requirements that they will look for when they do the health inspection is, can the window be completely secured with either tempered or plexiglass from the outside. So that's one of the requirements, at least for the state of Florida in Polk County. Again, check your local health department. They'll be able to tell you specifically what you need for your area. But for my area, that's what we need. That's what we're going to be doing today. And this, guys, is the window that I'm going to be installing on the back side or the interior of my food trailer. Picked it up from Lowe's. It is made by Geldwin. It is 47.5 by 35.5. It was around 160 bucks, I want to say $160, something like that. Tempered glass window, left sliding window. That's the one I'm going to be installing for two reasons. The first was the price. You can pick up more expensive ones, you can pick up aluminum ones, but they tend to run a little bit more pricey. That was the first reason. And number two is the weight. So because it's vinyl, it's super light, and the only thing that really gives it anyway is the glass. So the frame itself is really, really light. I don't know exactly how light, but I mean, I picked it up earlier with two hands fairly easily. I didn't need two people to move it around and put it in the truck to get it here. So that was the second reason, because I do not want to put too much weight on this window. It's not designed for that, but like I said, the state regulators require me to have a sliding window in there, so I want as little weight on there as possible. So that's it. So just to go over a couple of the things, because there's a few tricky elements to this little part of the project. The first one is the handle right here. So the handle for the concession window actually protrudes out further than the frame of the window itself. So a flush mount isn't going to work, because there's no way I'll be able to still operate this window if I mount it flushly against this. So that means that I'm going to have to build a frame. So I'm going to build a frame out of some timber that I picked up that's going to just extend it about 2¼ inches this way. That way I'll have the clearance to be able to open the windows functionally and get my hand inside to open up that handle and open the concession window. So that was I guess the first and second problem, is need the clearance for the handle, and also having to build an additional frame around this window so that we can mount this sliding window too. The other problem is right here, you can see the lip right here is kind of like right in the middle of the window. I did look around for some where the lip was a little bit closer to here, but this is as good as I could find, which means that the frame not only is going to extend out from here, but is also going to be extending out from here too. So it's going to be flush against that flange and also sticking out here to make sure that I have the clearance, like I said, for the handle. So maybe you guys are able to find a different sliding window, or maybe you have another way of around that. This is the only way that I can think of after installing the Vevor 48 by 36 concession window. And of course, as always, guys, I will leave a link in the description for this window right here, just in case you want to check it out for yourself. These are all the product dimensions and information right there. And like I said, it is nice. It's a nice looking window. It's nice and light. So hopefully this will do the job for what we need. All right, so we got the frame attached. I just did a dry fit. I just used 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 of these 1/2 inch self-drilling Phillips head screws. They work really, really well. I've used them throughout the whole truck. So now we have the frame on. I just did a quick dry fit, and it fits great. It clears the handle, which is what I was most worried about. So you can actually get in there. Sorry, I'm out of breath. You can get in there, slide this window, and open that handle, and everything fits great. The only thing I gotta do is I gotta move that outlet box back about 1.5 inches or so, and it works great. So to fit it to the frame, I was trying to avoid drilling into this as much as possible. So I've used these brackets right here, which I picked up from Lowe's. They are, oh, that one's package is beat up, but they are 2.5 inch brackets, flat brackets. So all I'm going to do is take these and put them everywhere. So I'm going to put them all on the bottom, along the sides, along the top, and just drill those into this wood frame. After I get it all drilled, I'll cover the frame with some of this leftover aluminum that I have, just to clean it all up. But that's the update that we got right now. So the other thing I'm going to be using are these 3-inch galvanized brackets. These are actually used for like heavy duty fences and stuff like that, but they're super strong. So I'm actually going to be putting 2 of these, 1, 2 on the top, and then another 2, 1, 2 on the bottom, to actually fix it to the frame of the trailer, and then that should give it additional support. Like I said, I don't want this thing moving anywhere. So as well as those small flat brackets, I'm going to be putting these 90-degree brackets in there too, to make sure that it's nice and solid. All right, so we got it dry fitted right now. Like I said, I just got it held up right now with those 2 90-degree heavy duty brackets, and then underneath you can see where I had those flat brackets earlier. It's just sat right on top of it, and obviously we got to drill into the frame there to make sure that it stays nice and still. But for a dry fit, I mean, you can see, oh, it's kind of stiff because it's new, but it slides pretty nice. And there's the final product, guys. Like I said, I still have to, you know, tidy it up a little bit. You know, I'll put some trim down here just to make it look nice and clean, but you can see it looks pretty good, and it is solid. I mean, it is not going anywhere. What I did was I used, as well as those self-drilling screws I showed you earlier, I also stuck some of these in there, 1-inch wood screws with a flathead Phillips, all along the outside. So all down here, it's all underneath, up the right side, and then across the top too, as well as those supporting brackets, as well as those flat brackets too. And I really don't think that that's going to go anywhere. So as you can see, it looks pretty clean. And from the outside, guys, that's what it looks like. Pretty happy with it, especially on a tight budget. And that's going to be everything for this video, guys. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them right below. Like I said, I'll always get back to you myself personally. Any questions about this window or any other parts of the build, please feel free to leave them below. Go ahead, like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. And until next time, thanks very much.